getting worse and worse.
It takes over your life.
Death threat and racist abuse.
I receive online hate, I'd say, daily.
Every single day, at least once.
Probably every time you pick up your phone, you see something negative.
For me, the lines just aren't blurred between opinion, disagreeing, and just hate.
The worst I've ever had was 24 hours after my father passed away. I was with him every minute, you know, when he in the hospital. And then the next day, you know, a tweet saying, "Has your father's body decomposed yet?" There'll always be a picture in my head of that tweet.
I don't get involved in public debates. I don't put opinions on there because it's just not worth the effect that it has on my mental well-being. You could say it's had a silencing effect on me.
I don't understand. I think you're always brought up to treat people as you would want to be treated, and I just don't understand what people get out of it by sending those types of abusive tweets. It just baffles me.
Even if you are really thick-skinned, when you're getting 1,000 a day, it does change your psychology somewhat.
There was a period in my life where the single biggest source of stress was the criticism that was coming my way on social media. And I think the problem for me is because I work in football, people are not impartial when they watch a game of football. It takes over your life.
I got abuse in all sorts of forms. Racist abuse, I had homophobic abuse, I had a death threat in between all of that, over a tweet.
Year in, year out, it's getting worse and worse because more and more people are understanding that they can go on there and be faceless.
Certain threats trigger something else off that's really affected you in your own life. I don't think people know how to support people. It's hard to kind of verbalise how it affects you.
The particularly bad ones are when they include your family. You know, I've had ones that have said, "I hope your daughters die. I hope your wife gets cancer." At that point, you think, wow, would that person actually say that to me across the garden fence?
You feel like you're in the middle of this storm that you just want to pass and you just want to hide away, and the best response is just to come off it for 2 or 3 days and just step away from it, but you can't. You keep looking, and yeah, it's a pretty lonely place to be.
The main reason why I'm actually speaking out isn't for people like me who have a blue tick to their name. It's the 14 or 15-year-old boy or girl, the silent victim that get bullied online, have nowhere to go and take their lives, because that happens, that actually happens.
I think the thing that surprised me most is how scary it is. Hateful messages that you're reading at night when you're on your own. It was a charity that was built online. It was all about connecting people to provide period supplies for anyone who couldn't access them, and almost from the word go, there was online abuse coming from all angles. It's been non-stop since the charity was founded that online abuse is part of what we deal with. I've had messages saying, "Kill yourself," you know, and it doesn't feel safe anymore for me to be on Twitter. I think people think that it's just words, but it's not.
I understand why people get upset about that. It's an emotional game. But there's certain lines you don't cross.
I think there's a lot of people that are probably suffering in silence, that don't have a platform to be able to speak, and it's actually about protecting people that really need protecting.
It's that one tweet, people don't realise the consequence of it.
One message from you could literally push someone over the edge.
People are just struggling. People may see online abuse as some sort of outlet to get it off their chest, but they don't realise they're getting it off their chest and onto someone else's chest, and that's not right.
I'm Mark Alera, and our purpose at BT is to connect for good, which is why we're launching our campaign, Draw the Line. Over the next few months, you'll see our social media teams respond, delete, block, and report any hate speech that we see on our channels.
Diminishing someone else's flame doesn't make yours any brighter.
Something has to stop, and something has to be done.
You can't forget, those things last forever. You know, I'm talking about it now, 9 years on.
I think that it's really important for everyone to stand up and be an ally for those people who are under the cosh even more than we are.
What kind of world do we want to live in?
We all have a part to play. It's time to draw the line.